In my last video, I talked about heat damage and how to realistically rebuild your curls over time. But heat isn't the only thing that changes your hair. Color does too, just differently. If you've recently dyed your hair or you're planning to, your routine needs to adjust accordingly. Today I'm breaking down how to prevent dryness and breakage without overreacting or turning your wash day into a science experiment. When you color your hair, especially when you lift it, you're opening the cuticle to deposit or remove pigment. That process increases porosity, weakens the protein structure, and makes protein escape faster. So if your curls suddenly feel drier or frizzier, it's usually because they're losing hydration more easily. I learned that the hard way. I started dyeing my hair in high school. At first, it was black. I was into that punk rock emo look, and I was a big RBD fan. Then I went from black to highlights, then red, then brown. At one point, I had that style where the top was blonde and the rest was darker. I was experimenting constantly. And every time we lifted my hair, I noticed it felt different. It became drier and more fragile, and I just didn't understand why back then. The first time I went blonde, I had balayage, and I made a mistake. I went to Miami, got in the pool, didn't protect my hair, and it fried completely. It only looked good straight, and I refused to just wear it straight only to hide the damage. That's when I really understood that once your hair is heavily processed, it reacts differently to everything. Chlorine, sun, salt water, and you can't treat it like virgin hair. Some damage you can manage, some damage you have to cut. Now the first thing to adjust is your wash day. Stop using shampoos that are harsh on your hair. Once your hair is color treated, it doesn't need stripping, it needs balance. You have to use a gentle cleanser or a sulfate-free shampoo that will still clean your hair and scalp. It's also important not to overwash. Try to stretch your wash day slightly if your scalp allows it. The goal here is moisture retention, not to have squeaky clean hair. Next, you'll have to find a balance between moisture and protein. Color can weaken the structure of your hair, so having some protein helps. But using too much protein will make your hair stiff and brittle over time. I have used strengthening treatments that have made my hair look amazing temporarily. It made it look fuller and stronger. But after a few weeks, it will go right back to feeling dry. And that's when I realized protein is not a permanent fix. It's just for maintenance. You have to also deep condition regularly with moisture-focused treatments. So add protein when your curls feel overly soft or limp, and pay attention to how your hair responds, not just what the label says. Now, if your curls snap easily, you may need protein in your hair. If they feel hard or dry, your hair probably needs moisture. After coloring, your hair may absorb or lose moisture differently. This will depend on how much the cuticle was lifted during the coloring process. On another note, coloring doesn't automatically make your hair high porosity, but it can increase your porosity, especially if bleaching or lifting was involved. This is why product layering matters. If your hair feels more porous, apply your leave-in on soaking wet hair. This will help maximize hydration before sealing. After this, you're going to layer your products intentionally. Leave-in for moisture, cream or lightweight oil to seal, and gel to lock everything in. The goal is not to overload your hair. It's to slow down moisture loss. If you want a deeper breakdown of leave-ins and layering, I covered that in my leave-in conditioner video. Once your hair is colored, it becomes more vulnerable. Lower your heat setting, always use heat protectant, avoid excessive brushing, and sleep on satin or silk. And most importantly, keep manipulation low. You don't have to baby your hair, but you also can't treat it the same as virgin hair. Now, let's talk trims. When you color your hair, it will make your weak ends look more obvious. If your ends are splitting or thinning, trimming them will make your hair look healthier much faster. The first time I damaged my hair with blonde, I cut it slowly despite wanting to do a big chop. Sometimes doing consistent trims is better than holding on to uneven ends for the sake of having longer hair. So you don't need to do a big chop, but avoiding trims will not protect your length. It will actually cost you more over time. So what's worse? Heat damage or color damage? They're different. Heat can permanently alter your curl pattern. Color weakens the structure and increases moisture loss. One changes how your curls look, and the other one changes how they behave. But both require adjustment, not panic. If you've colored your hair, the goal is not to undo it. It's to support it properly so it stays strong. Damage is also not the end of your curls. It's just a signal that your routine will need to evolve. If you need help choosing products or building your routine around your color, I go into more detail on my blog. And make sure to check out my Pinterest for quick reference pins. I'll leave the link in the description box below.